Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Red Black here. Just giving you a quick update on the state of the free-to-play account right before we pull a bunch of shards tomorrow. Super excited about that. So right now we're sitting at 51 ancients that we get to pull during the 2x tomorrow. So very, very excited about that. As far as what's going on the account, um, so you can see I have a bit of a stockpile of energy right now. That's just because of the daily login rewards. I get that 500 energy bonus. And I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But elsewhere in the account, nothing too crazy different going on right now. There is some big changes to the clan boss team. So I've mentioned before that I had to level up Eris um, because of a mission. I needed to 5-star ascend somebody, and she was cheaper than it was cheaper to level her up to 5-star and to send her than it was to ascend um, the Monkey King. Well, then I got Phantom Touch for her, right? And also completed her uh, Toxic set. So she is now the fifth wheel in the Clan Boss team, and I'm now solidly two keying Brutal to not two keying Brutal to the Master Chest requirement. Let me be clear. Um, I could three key Brutal. I came close to one keying Hard, so I may do a little bit of tinkering. Um, and seeing if I can one key hard and then three key or two key brutal, but we're not doing terribly bad. So, um, seeing some real marked improvement, and Eris is doing a lot of damage now with her. She doesn't stay alive as long. She's only 50, and I could probably take these attack gauntlets off and swap them out for some HP, get her some more survivability. She's also low stats because she doesn't have. I don't have an amulet for her. Um, and she has zero masteries whatsoever. So there's probably some more stuff that I could do to keep her alive if I really think that that's the route that I want to go. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. If tomorrow's a bust for me, there's a good chance Eris is my next 6-star. Just because the amount of damage she was able to do. One quick note about that too. And I actually received a comment on like episode 5 video or whatever, where about, I think we've talked about this before, but with Kale, you kind of want to turn off his A2 so you get more poisons on the boss. However, now I'm actually running into a situation with Eris applying all those toxic set poisons from her counterattacks and everything. And my team is very fast. I get a lot of turn meter and speed on my team. Um, so I'm actually doing two things on my clan boss team. I don't know if I'll be able to show you because I don't have a key at the moment. Um, I wish there was a way that I could configure my teams without having to give myself a key, but we could just look at it here. So I'm actually turning off the A3 on Sun Wukong when I fight clan boss now. The reason for that is I don't want block buffs on clan boss. I get no value out of block buffs. Um, I would rather have the extra poison debuff on him. And so when I'm at running, you can only fit 10 poisons. So when I'm at the max of 10 poisons, and Sun Wukong is taking up one of those spots with the block buffs, we turn it off. All right. So we still get good damage out of him. He still gets brimstone procs. We're doing fine there, but we just don't want block buffs taking up a spot. And then I'm actually turning on the A2 because, and I've watched it, I've tested it, um, I would run out of buff spots. So I'm already getting the ten poisons or well, not, they're not all poisons. One of them's leech, one of them's decreased defense, but I'm getting maximum amount of poison buffs that I can fit on the clan boss. So I'm turning this back on because it does more damage than what the A1 would do. Um, and then I have that room. The debuffs will tick off and everything. So and then so for Eris, we do have her, as you can see, in a toxic set. Um, this isn't an optimized anything. She is in speed boots, but honestly, I might want to consider how fast is she right now? She's not that fast. Yeah, okay, I'll keep her in speed boots because or else she would be crazy slow. But um, what boots do I have right now? Sorry about this. I'm just taking a look. Yeah, see, all I have is 4-star boots. Would really love to get some 5-star boots for her. To be able to get a little bit more speed out of her. Obviously, I want an amulet. So, but huge improvement on my clan boss from those changes that I made today. So really happy to see that. Excited for tomorrow, pulling all those shards to see what happens. So now comes kind of the interesting decision making process for me. Real quick, I just wanted to take a look. Did I only pick 2 quests? No, I have 3 quests, but one of them must be completed. Okay. And then shop, I can buy. I'll do these real quick. There we go. Okay. Just get out of the way. All right. So for the conundrum that I'm in. So for missions, as you guys know, I've been working hard on getting my missions done, and I'm at a stop right here. I'm gate capped because this dungeon is not open at the moment. Now, if I were to complete this dungeon, then obviously this one's finished. Then I get to run 10 spiders. Completed. 5 million. I can do that very, very easily. Um, Completed. I get to run more spider for a little while and a chance at another ancient shard during this 2x. And then this is the next gatekeep, right? This is the next one that's going to take me some time to finish. There's nothing I can do to speed this up. I just have to run arena, and that's just the way it goes. And then 3 champions with level 6 or with 6 level 16 artifacts, which I actually need to I took one of my champions that got I swapped his out and only leveled it to 12, the replacement, so I'll have to level that one back up to 16. But um that's pretty easily achievable. Then we get to do some ice golem. This one's done, this one's done. And then this one is a pretty hard one because we're looking at 5 superior arcanes. So that's going to take me a little time and some energy for sure to get that one done. But a lot of these are going to go pretty quickly, which is good. We want them to go quickly. Look at all the resources that I'd be getting. But here's the conundrum. So this weekend, we have a chance to get a lot out of ancient shards, potentially. However, I can't do the void dungeon until Sunday. And so that would mean 2 more resets. So there's Saturday reset will be Magic Keep, and then Sunday reset will be Void Keep. And then once I get that, I should be able to breeze through because I have so much energy right now. I should be able to breeze through to this ancient. However, what I could do, because I have the energy, and I've been spending my energy as much as possible. Like when I wake up in the morning, I go in and I run something with my energy, whether it's dungeons, whether it's campaign for farming up champions. I do something with my energy, and I spend that 117. And then I take during a break later, same thing. Like I'm trying to use up energy as much as I can. So now when I get a huge influx of energy, I don't really know where I want to spend it. Ideally, I would be putting it towards probably Spider, just because I need so many resources there, or Dragon, because he gives me some of the sets that I want. Fire Knight is an option right now because it's both a tournament and a super raids going on. So, you know, there are different areas. Is it super raids? What is that? Yeah, super raids. Okay. Um, so I'm kind of on the fence. Now, I did think about this. Now, I'm currently at 1090 90 gems, and I've been only using my gems thus far to get masteries on my champions. Um, And I'm wondering if it might be worth it to spend the gems to open up Void Keep, get this quest out of the way, and then just move forward, getting all these other missions done and getting this last ancient right before the 2x event. It feels like kind of a good idea because you know, 800 is where I would want to be for getting masteries on my next 6-star champion. Um so yeah, it's a little bit tricky, kind of the decision that I want to make. So I don't think I'm going to make that decision in this video, unfortunately, because I'm just not sure. I certainly have time to mull it over tomorrow and see what happens. We do get 15 gems out of the missions before this Ancient Shard, so we make a little bit of it back. If we look at login rewards, we don't have any gems for a month. So it will be beneficial potentially for that as far as the other events going on. Um, you know, any gems that I would get will probably be pretty small. Maybe I should just do Dungeon Divers and go for this, honestly. Get the Mortal Soulstone. That might be pretty valuable. I know it ends in 4 hours, but I can set it on auto run overnight and should be able to hit that mark pretty easily. I might just do that. Just run probably Dragon just because I need more. The two most essential champions of mine have their full accessories. So the next step would be, this is the new ring that I got, which increased my Kael's attack by quite a bit. A dragon might be the way to go to try and get some more, because I think it's my highest dungeon is dragon. 4 to 6-star gear. So even though it's a low chance, to be able to get some 6-star gear is going to be really, really good for the account. So that's probably the route that I'm going to go, honestly, just to save the gems. Play a little more conservative here. But I do want to address a couple of things too. So, I kind of am starting to feel a little bit vindicated for my playstyle. So if you look at my roster and you say, "Oh man, why is your how is that Sun Wukong still level 50 after a month in?" And well, I think the answer is pretty clear. I mean, if you were to think about what your account was a month in, are you close? I mean, when my main account when I first played this game a month in, I wasn't doing brutal. I'll tell you that right now. Um, and then you look at the dungeon progress that I've made, and the arena progress. Like I'm right on the cusp of Gold 1, right where I want to be, right on the cusp of Gold 1. Obviously, if I was to put points into Sun Wukong, we could probably be steady in Gold 1. But I'm happy with where I'm at, right? Uh, Faction Wars. I do have a comment about Faction Wars as well that we'll get to in a second. But Faction Wars, I'm getting some progress there. And then dungeons, I'm actually really happy with the status of my dungeons. Ice Golem is 13, Spider's Den is 10, Dragon's Lair is 14, Fire Knight is 11. Everywhere I'm looking, I'm able to get 4 to 5-star gear. And honestly, I really think this Fire Knight team will be could be drastically improved if I just put a little bit more work into my Armiger. He's not extremely optimized for what I want him to do. He needs to be at 100% crit rate, and he's just not right now. I would also need him to be a lot faster. So there are definitely some changes that I can make. I just don't really have the gear, and I'm also being conservative with my silver. I'm at 13 million silver. That's more than on my main account because I'm not bothering to put silver into boots that are only 4-star. You'll see here, I got a piece of 5-star boots, boom, 16, let's go, right? But 4-star boots, why bother? They're going to be replaced so quickly. Even these boots, I could probably 6-star these, but Apothecary is not really optimized right now for what I want him to do. So I would like to get him faster, but I kind of just threw on some pieces. There's a little bit of synergy on pieces here, but I would really want to get more out of him if possible. Build up better gear. So um there's definitely some gearing stuff that I could work on for sure, but I'm pretty happy with where my account is. And I really want this to be an example because a lot of, I'm getting a lot of different comments about like, oh, you should do this and oh, you should do that. And, people were talking about Alika, being a great champion. She is a great champion, just not one that I needed. Um, there are a lot of choices and decisions that I've made in this game that are questioned or questionable even, but I feel very confident in those decisions, and I really think that they have played a factor in why I'm getting such good progress. I mean, I don't know how much damage I would do on Nightmare, but for me to be in a situation where I'm almost able to 2-key Brutal, it makes me feel like I'm getting closer to Nightmare than I may think I'm at. Especially when you consider that I don't even have a full 5, 6-star champions. I'm still rocking a lot of 5-star champions, and so the big swing for the account is going to be this weekend. After we get through this weekend, we can really kind of see what kind of development I can get on the account. Also, a couple interesting things. I've been getting a lot of rares lately. So I did get another Athel, um, which I found interesting. I really kind of want to save these starter champions if possible and use them for secret rooms, but also faction wars and other things in the future. Um, so I kind of want to save them, but there's also a part of me that's like, hey, I got a lot of food sitting right now. Like if I go to upgrade rank, I've got 3-star, 3-star, 3-star ready to rank up. There is the possibility of running 2 Kales, but I think I think resources could be better spent in other areas. So I think it all depends on kind of what happens tomorrow and what kind of champions that I pull. So, but that's kind of how the account's going. So I'm gonna run a bunch of dragon tonight, and we'll see what kind of gear I can get from that. But I'm constantly pushing the account, and I'm very proud of that. I'm always trying to progress the account and try, just keep things going. And sometimes I have to make decisions based around the missions. But really happy with where the account is when you consider that it's only a month old, and if we look at Clan Boss, no, we still got some people doing easy, but that's a free to play and obviously a newer account. Um, One thing I will say, this is a common mistake that I find with a lot of free to play players, so I want to mention this now. Focus on one champion at a time. The the jump between a 5-star champion to a 6-star champion is so drastic. So drastic. And you wouldn't think that. It's only 10 levels. But it's big and for many, many reasons. Reason number one is you unlock a whole extra tier of masteries that can be huge damage boosts from War Master or Giant Slayer or Giant Killer, whatever it's called. So, that's something to keep in mind. Number two, just the basic stats being increased gives more impact from your percent based stats that you're gonna have on your other gear. And then accessories is the biggest jump too, because once they're 60, you can then ascend them and then put accessories on them, which is just bringing their stats up even higher. So, if you're in a situation where you have like a whole bunch of 50s, but nobody has been 60, um, you should rethink the way that you're playing because, get that first 60. I recommend it being your starter champion, but if it's not for everybody, but get that first 60 and then take that 6-star level 60 champion and power through the game. Remember, you get a brew right away, you get a keg right away, right? So now this is the second one that I got, but what this does, an XP barrel, it will instantly level them up. So when my Kale hits 6 stars, I grinded and grinded and grinded. I got him to hit 6 stars. As soon as I did, boom, he was 60. And then I just blew through content and was able to unlock Brutal 12-3. Once you unlock Brutal 12-3, this is where I do all of my farming now. So just to show you, here's my Kale. It's not fast. I have a faster farm on my main account, but it's better than what you may expect. And this is a fully booked, fully mastered, fully ascended champion. And I'm able to then spread my resources out across other champions. So 20 seconds, the best I did was 11 seconds. Now on my main account, I have a Fellhound. He's a 6-second farmer, which is great. But, this is kind of the mentality. This is why Kale is so important for me and the path that I take, because I know that he can clear as a campaign farmer, and I know that that he's easy to build. If we were to, I know I'm rehashing some old stuff, but my views have gone up, and a lot of people may have jumped in the middle of this series, so I'm rehashing some thoughts here, and I do apologize for that. But if we were to look at the current situation of my son Wukong, so he's had three books on him. In 1 month, I've earned 3 legendary books for my son Wukong. I don't have any more in the bank. Okay. So, and he has some of my top gear on him as well. If I was to have 6-starred my son Wukong and put him up to level 60, yes, I could have ascended him, but then I wouldn't have a fully ascended Deacon, who is one of the biggest workhorses on my account right now. And that's because of the same affinity, spirit. I might still have a Kale, but that's 6-star, but it would have been much later, and my progress in Clan Boss would have been slowed, so I wouldn't have been getting as much of the resources as I've been getting, and as much of the gear that I've been getting. Likewise, I wouldn't have been able to capitalize on a lot of different events that were going on. Um, let's talk about just grinding to get Selenia. A lot of resources that I wouldn't have had access to because I was counting on a Sun Wukong that isn't fully geared and leveled and all those things. I'm not saying he's a bad champion, not at all. He's a wonderful, very good champion. I'm super excited for when I can 6-star him. But right now, at the beginning of the game, when my resources are so scarce, that's not the time to do that. And I'll even point out that the three books that I got to put on him all came from either challenges or missions that I did that I wouldn't have been able to do without Kale carrying me through all that content. So these are the things that I'm not trying to like gloat or anything, but I really want people to understand the different thinking. So after I pleaded and said, hey, I'm looking for people to join my clan, I have had a lot of people join my clan, and when I look at their teams, because this is the only way I have to look at people's teams, we can see like a lot of 50s right here. Okay. Um, we do have a 60 here, but we've got two 40s here, right? We've got a 50 and a 50. Look at all these unascended. We got a little bit of ascension here, a little bit of ascension here, a little bit of ascension here. First of all, your Deacon. I'm not trying to single anybody out. I'm sorry, but Deacon is so much better once you can get him 3-star ascended because he gets to do the turn meter and an extra turn. So he gets to do two things in one turn. So you really want that Deacon to be at least 3-star ascended as soon as you can afford to do so. Um, but then yeah, we can look at hard and then look at some of these accounts. So, I still have people in my clan that are doing one key on hard. Um, and I'm right there behind them. I feel like I'm catching up to them. I did about 10, averaging 10 million damage per key. I'm only 3.4 million damage behind. And when you look at how deep their roster, the fact that they have a Sill means they've been playing for a very very long time and are only putting up 13 million. So these are the things that to think about. So, and then like look at this. This is a one key with an insane team, fully ascended. Um, Artak, Sun Wukong, great healer, and Sill. Zavi is a great champion. I think yeah, that's Zavi. I think is her name. And only putting up 5 million a key. I do well over 5 million per key right now with my team that doesn't even have a full assortment of 60s. So I'm very confident in my playing and the way that I'm playing the game, and I really hope that this helps other people kind of learn how to do a free to play account. But let's take the free to play out of it. It's just how to play the game in general. If I was to have to restart my main account, my starter champion would be my first maxed out champion, and um regardless of how much money I could spend on books or shards or anything like that, that's still the choice that I'm going to make every single time. And I stick by that decision. So, well, kind of a little rant there. Sorry, guys. I just, these are things that have been being brought up to me in comments and stuff like that. And, I just wanted to be able to kind of address them and kind of, you know, there's different ways of thinking, and mine is not the best by any means. There's certainly someone out there that has it completely figured out that says they're gonna complete these tasks in this time limit, and I'm definitely behind them. But I do feel like that I've made a lot of good choices on this account, and I'm really proud of the account and where I'm at. So um, I've been getting a lot of feedback of people saying that I've been helping them and that it's opened their eyes to a lot of their decision making and their thought processes, and I'm really really happy to hear that. So, um, really really happy just to help people. That's the whole point of this account. So tomorrow's gonna be the big day. Um, Let me know in the comments. And I'm sorry this video came out late today. I had a lot to do. Uh, this is Thursday night right now. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to stream the shard pull or not. I do stream on Twitch on Fridays. I'll give a little shout out to my Twitch account. So on Friday nights I do stream. I stream about an hour of raid from 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock when my Overwatch team gets on, and then we play Overwatch. So I'll be streaming that tomorrow. I know it's kind of like a weird jump, right? We go from Raid Shadow Legends to Overwatch. Like, those two games aren't even closely related, but um, I love making this content. But I stream Overwatch on Fridays just to chat with people while I play video games. I'm not super heavy into streaming. But if you wanted to come check that out, hang out with me, chat with me, I do a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends, but this is kind of a weird game to stream. But I'd be happy to answer any questions live or show you guys anything on my account. So, but let me know if you want me to save the shards until then, until Friday night. Um, or I could stream it in the middle of the. Maybe I can't. I don't think I can stream it in the middle of the day. So I don't even know if honestly I can wait I'm so excited to pull the shards. So I'm gonna say it now. I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna stream the shard pull. I'm gonna do it first thing tomorrow morning. Because I'm just so excited to do it. So I'm gonna get that out of the way. And then I will play. I'm still gonna stream tomorrow night. So if you guys want to come hang out, feel free. My Twitch account's in the description. Twitch.tv/I'mRoadblock, I think. So, but yeah, I'm excited to do a little bit of streaming. Very excited to pull shards tomorrow. So I've rambled on long enough. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the comments. Please understand I'm not attacking anybody in the comments. All opinions are valid. I'm just sharing my point of view on it, which is unfair because this is a one-sided conversation. But feel free to give me some rebuttals in the comments, and I will absolutely, answer those rebuttals and kind of bring them up on stream, and we can talk about it, right? All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.